Hey folks, so leading on from the last video, I'm actually going to make a dessert and release this kind of a few days later. But this is one of my favorite desserts, but it's actually one of my... What?
You say that about everything.
Okay, all desserts are my favorite desserts. Maybe this is my mum's favorite.
Rob loves dessert.
Alright, Claire. So my mum likes oranges, she likes orange chocolate, but she also loves almond. Loves almond. So I grew up kind of liking almond as well. I was looking for a recipe that I could make her years and years ago, and I came across this Moroccan almond and orange cake, and it is to die for. But it's also like really healthy for you because it doesn't use wheat, I don't think.
No, and I don't think there's a lot of sugar in it actually.
No. A lot of it comes from the orange. Anyway, I'm going to get into that later, but you got to start off boiling oranges for, I think, about an hour, I think. And one thing that I would do, just a green bit at the top of the oranges, if you can just pop that off, but just take the green bit off. We're going to boil the oranges for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, to get them really soft. Let's chop that fell out. To get the oranges really soft, and then we're gonna like pulverize them. So you don't need to take this off because it's gonna be so soft it's gonna be blitzed, but no harm just taking it off now. And I think the recipe, I'll check it in a minute, I think the recipe calls for 2 oranges. Some recipes actually ask for 1 orange. I'm gonna do 4. I think we're gonna do double the batch. So 1 for my mum to take away, 1 for me to keep, I think. So we just get our oranges, fill it with water, and get them on the heat. Toss that up to 9. You can hear the magnets going. Induction hobs, great signs. The lid, you will do. Okay, oranges have been on the go for almost 2 hours. So they're very soft. We gotta let these come down to room temperature, so I'm just gonna whip them out, pop them in the fridge for 5 minutes, and we're good to go. If you can see how soft these oranges are. Oh, boiling! Tasty though. There's a load of things you can do with the water. We're maybe just gonna throw it on the compost. Or if I had more time, I'd think about something really fancy, but for the moment, these are going into the fridge. So while the oranges are cooling down in the fridge, I'm just going to get going with the rest of the mix. What I have is ground almonds, about a half kilo of that, and these are from the store. Our almond tree isn't ready yet, but in the future we will have the almond tree, and Claire will go off down the garden to pick my almonds, crack them and grind them by hand so I can have my favorite dessert. But at the moment, store-bought. Next up, we need 5 eggs. Again, we don't have our poultry yet, but pretty soon, I think, once the house is done and our priorities shift a little bit, we'll move, I think, a little bit more to what's going on outside.
That's which one's your Rob?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna do 6. See a little bit of shell. So there's, I think, just over half in here, so there's maybe 600 grams. The recipe calls for 400, so I'm gonna add most of this. I really hope I've done the calculations correct.
Can you weigh it, honey?
Yeah, Claire says I should weigh it. She has a point. The recipe also says that you're meant to mix the eggs and the caster sugar to make some sort of a thing, but in a KitchenAid sort of a mixer. But we don't know where ours is, so I'm just gonna hand blend it and I'm just gonna wing it and hope they'll all mix correctly together. But it needs more liquid to mix correctly, so I'm just gonna wait until the oranges are ready. And we add a little bit of cinnamon. That's ready for our oranges. This is one thing I didn't anticipate, is I'm kind of running out of space. And because we have this oven kind of connected loosely to the shower on a 20 amp fuse. I can only run one of the ovens. There are 3 ovens in it, but I can only run one at a time. So under pressure here now. Also, can't find any of our cake tins, so. Claire says this is a good one. I hope it works. I need to grease it up. Just a bit of butter, bit of the paper, and sweet. Still struggling with power, but I have an extension. These are not as cool as I'd like them. They're still boiling hot. And the problem with this is it might curdle what we have in there. So, well. We're just gonna have to see how it goes. What's the worst that could happen, eh? It doesn't even need really, it just automatically just mushes up when you squeeze it. Now, a proper blender would do this a lot finer. Hand blender is fine. Whoa, I just sprayed myself. Anyway, that looks pretty goddamn perfect. Have a quick taste. Oh yeah. Oh, I love almonds. That is actually amazing. Let's see if my pan is big enough. It's pretty perfect, guys. I'm happy with that. It's gonna rise ever so slightly. If I had something smaller now. I might just do a little mini one because I don't want to put much more of that in. Look at this.
It might rise.
It'll rise a little bit.
Yeah.
Tastes amazing though. Okay folks. Big orange and almond, small orange and almond. This has to be cooked low and slow. So I'm going to drop the temperature down to 160. I'm going to pop that in. Let me have it tidy up. I'll get back to you. Oh, that's 100% done anyway. Okay guys, we have cake. The way to test this is with a knife. I already know that's perfect. This is still very wet, needs more time. Damn it. Can't do the bread until it's ready.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Taste divine. Throw it back in. Well, hello folks and welcome back. We are going to check out this Moroccan almond cake. So what I do is, this comes straight off. I'm going to get a little bit of cream. I'm just going to smear it over the top. We're gonna put a little bit of almonds. Do you know what? I don't normally put cream on this. It's just Claire's been having it with cream and I want to give it a good taste. But honestly, this cake is gorgeous enough on its own. You don't need to put anything else on top. I like almonds. It's an almond cake. I like whole almonds. The only other thing you could put on, just because it looks cool, is icing sugar. Just to get that sort of
snowy effect.
Yeah, that's it.
Somebody's very good.
This is a very, how would you describe it?
I think it's amazing how you did it in this little pan.
It's very moist sort of a cake, isn't it?
This is amazing. Been a long time since we had this.
I haven't had it with cream. Not a huge fan of the cream. I was kind of expecting it to be kind of carrot cakey. It looks like carrot cake.
And there's a richness on the inside.
Yeah.
It does look a bit like carrots, I suppose,
Doesn't
don't
I think it's the cream on top throwing me. But the almonds are just... I don't know how to describe it. If you know almonds, anything with marzipan, almond croissants. Well, you mix...
Really well with oranges.
Yeah, you mix almond and orange. And you get a really kind of a nutty, wholesome taste with a kind of fresh citrus. It's just amazing. Almond and orange cake. I'm going in again. That's unreal, isn't it?
I'm done. Yes, it's very nice. It's definitely a must to try. Because I think we started making this... I can't remember when we started making this actually.
About 10 years ago.
It's just... It takes a bit of effort with the boiling of the oranges, so you do have to be a bit more organised. But just, it's so rich.
Yeah.
And not like children wouldn't eat this. It's a very kind of acquired taste, I think.
Yeah. It's also a very Mediterranean or kind of a very Arabic sort of a
maybe Arabic,
meal.
Yeah.
You got great spices in your house when you cook it. Boiling the
oranges at Christmas time.
Yeah, it really smells Christmassy, isn't it? So that's that, folks. We're gonna leave that there as well. Catch you later.
So on the fall.
Gurb meal mahagad. So now that Claire's gone, I can show you the orange and almond cake without cream. This is the only way to eat it. Look at that. It's just sensational. It's so perfect. Not too dry, not too wet, not too sweet, not too sour. Perfect. Almond sort of marzipan consistency. Perfect.